what was kind of your growing up as a kid? When did basketball become your sport? Drab grew up kind of close to where you grew up, and we say you grew up basically in the suburbs of Seattle.
That's correct.
Did you play a bunch of sports? When did you gravitate toward hoops? Was it in your family? What was the deal?
Yeah, hoops was in my family. My dad played college basketball, and so he's a freak. He's a nerd. And I played everything growing up. I was baseball, football, golf, ran track. When the seasons changed, that's when my favorite sport changed. I just liked everything. And then my junior year of high school is when I kind of looked around and had a conversation with my dad and was like, okay, we got to narrow the focus. Yeah. So
what was your event in track?
It's shocking. I did all the jumps. I was a field athlete. I was a field athlete. I did high jump, triple jump, and long jump.
I bring this up. Wow. I'm curious because you are an elite athlete.
Professional
there was
athlete.
A new record in the marathon. I've run a couple marathons, and I just posited this. I was like, how long do you think you could keep up with the marathoner at his pace, like if you were on a track? And I was like, I think I might be able to do it for one full lap, like a quarter of a mile. Mm-hmm. He was running miles. I think the average was like 4:34, and he did that for 26 miles. How long could you keep up with that pace?
Yeah,
what's your fastest
Remember,
mile?
he was a field guy, not a track
guy.
guy.
Yeah, but he's also an NBA player with like 5% body
Let's
fat.
go here. My fastest mile I think I've ever recorded. I think I like in middle school they have you do like the tests and things like that, or early high school you either run a mile for the fitness test and PE class. I used to be able to get like a 5:30 mile.
Oh, you could do better than that as you got older.
Yeah, I think.
Sure.
I don't know about now, but I think I probably could stay up with him. That's a 2:30. Wait, so you said how long was his mile pace?
I think it was a 4:34.
4:34. I bet you I could run 2 laps, maybe 2 and some change.
Right, he did that for 26 miles.
miles. That's insane. Yeah. Those guys are amazing.
Who's the most insane athlete you think you've come across in the NBA? I mean, everybody's a great athlete. Mm-hmm. Guys can jump and everything like that. But just a freak.
Morant's up there. Morant floats. He just gets up and floats.
And he's so thin.
Yeah, he's thin. He's light, and he just kind of floats in the air. I would say a sneaky one that you guys want to think about is Jericho Sims in New York. He's a backup big in New York.
Where did he play college?
He played college. Where did he Texas?
And why do you say that? What is it about him?
I think he's like 6'10 plus. He's probably 260, 270. He's just shredded. And he for how big he is, that guy can put his nose above the rim.
Texas.
Yeah,
Texas.
Yeah, he's a roller lob threat, and he's a freak athlete. He worked out before the draft in Phoenix, and I got to see him, and it's just really so impressive.
Where would Bilal rank, amongst freaks? He's young, he's 19, but
Bilal is young, but I've seen some pretty special things out of him. Even in our game against Indiana, he had some blocks and some steals that were pretty impressive. And
he had a block late in the game, when the game was out of hand.
Yeah.
I think there was a minute and a half left, and a guy was streaking towards the hoop, and he just came out of nowhere and blocked it. When the game's out of hand, it's garbage time. A guy could just be like, you know what, I'm not going to go for this block. But he's a 19-year-old kid that made that play. That's something that has to jump out at you and the coaching staff.
Totally, and he's a pro, too. He's a pro. He's been a pro for a while now, and he gets it. And so, no matter what time's on the clock, he's going to play hard. And being 19, sometimes you just don't know any better.
Hey, Corey, all right, so get back to golf. Is there a track in the States that you haven't played yet that you really want to play?
There's so many.
Have you played Pebble yet?
I haven't played Pebble. I haven't done any of the Monterey stuff yet.
You got to play Pebble. It's unbelievable.
I know. I've heard.
Is there another one that you really want to play?
I've had the Wisconsin loop kind of on my bucket list for a while. The Whistling Straits and the Sand Valley and things like that up there. That's a good summer trip for the fellas to go on here in a few years.
Yeah. Who's your guy? Are you a Tiger guy? Are you a Phil guy? You're a JT guy?
I'm a Tiger guy, obviously. I think anybody who's watched, when I was growing up, when I was little and getting into golf, Tiger was peak. So watch Tiger a ton. Now, I'd say my favorite golfer is Max Homa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a Scottsdale guy.
Boy.
Yeah, as a California Scottsdale guy, I like his game a lot. I wish
he's
I could
big
hit
on
cuts like
social
him.
media too.
Yes,
So he's a very funny dude.
Yeah.
So growing up on the West Coast, and you grew up in Washington, Seattle, and then obviously went to Gonzaga, and then now you're an East Coaster because you've been here for 3 years. What do you think of the East Coast compared to the West Coast?
Just traded Washington's really.
Yeah, you did.
It is a lot different.
Yeah.
It is a lot different. I enjoy the energy out here. I enjoy kind of how people move and how fast-paced things are, especially in this town.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy my 4 or 5 months every summer going back and kind of lowering my blood pressure a little
Right.
bit.
You don't enjoy
on
the
West
traffic. The
No, I do
Seattle
not
traffic
enjoy-
can't be anywhere near the.
It's close. No,
I.
it will. It is close. It covers more distance. Everything here is just all congested. You wouldn't believe how long it takes to get like 3.5 miles out here. It's crazy.
What's a typical day for you? So you're in Arlington. You have to come here for practice. When do you go back? Pretend it was a game day.
A game day. So I'd be in here in the morning. Usually we have shoot-arounds in the morning here.
What's morning?
We usually start at like 10. So I'll probably get in and get some treatment and body work done around 9. Get warmed up, go through the shoot-around, and then get extra shots up at the end. So probably out of here by 11:30. 11:45, and then go home and nap. And I'm usually
nap,
at the.
you're a nap guy.
I'm a
All these
huge
NBA
nap
guys
guy.
are nap.
Well, it's
Oh,
NBA
you
and
have to.
NHL. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot
You
of
have to.
nappers.
A lot of nappers,
Yeah.
professional sleepers as well.
Right.
And then probably back at the arena at like 4.
Is the
a
road
7
trip
a.m.
nap
trip,
better
3 p.m.
or is
trip?
the home nap better?
Oh, that's a
Which
good
is better?
question. That's a good question. I've started to kind of come to the belief that I don't like to nap in the bed that I sleep in. It's a
Okay.
weird thing.
All right.
It's a weird thing. So. I
So
like
what do you
the-
nap?
I mean, the road nap in the hotel room usually hits different. You can
Yeah.
crank the AC down.
Oh,
you
it's
shut
so
the
great.
blinds. It's pitch
It's the
black.
best.
Oh, it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
You definitely
wake
know.
up at a
You
different
know the
planet.
life hack to get the blinds all the way closed, right?
Do you clip them?
You have to clip them
Yeah,
with that
with the hanger. Yep,
yeah,
clip
I mean,
'em shut.
everybody knows that life
Is
hack.
that an
Shut.
Instagram reel or something? How did
No,
I miss
that's
that one?
I don't know.
that's a learned. I've been in a lot of hotel rooms
Yeah.
over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So
Do you
it's a
tip-
learn
learn
it.
it.
Do you tip at every hotel?
Yes.
Like for the maid.
Why? I'm never going to see him again.
I mean, it's a little.
Yeah.
You make
those
them
guys,
feel-
they clean
it makes you feel good.
I mean, do you guys like cleaning your
No.
house?
No.
I mean,
Here's-
think about that. They clean
Are
hundreds
they-
of rooms a day.
Are they paid $2 an hour? No, they're paid a regular wage.
That's fair.
I don't know why you're such a grinch about tipping maids. You
What-
tip bartenders. You
but
tip
what do you tip?
barbers.
Bartenders are getting me drunk.
You tip 5?
5 to 10, yeah.
5 to 10. Case once. 10 was excessive.
Hey, you know what?
I took 5 back.
I know.
That happened.
If you were
I
making-
lost a lot at the casino.
Yeah, okay, that's
to be
fair.
honest,
You gotta
I
get
lost
home.
a lot
You
that
gotta
trip.
get home.
If you were making $4 million, you'd be tipping a lot more.
Probably right. It's probably a good point.
Hey, when did you know you were a pro? Like sophomore year at Gonzaga or before that?
No, I mean, it might have been even after that. I
Really?
mean, a pro, like, I mean, I had so many people my first 2 years at
I'm not
Gonzaga.
saying the first round pick, but just
No,
a
yeah,
professional.
yeah. I mean, first 2 years at Gonzaga, I had a lot of people tell me like, you're gonna be a great overseas pro. Like a lot of
Right.
guys from Gonzaga go play overseas and have a great life and make a bunch of money and have a great time overseas and like, not to be offensive to any of them, but like that didn't sit right with me.
Right.
Obviously, when you go to a place like that, you want to be a pro at the highest level, and it didn't really sit in with me until I don't know, maybe like quarter of the way, halfway through my junior year is when
Really?
I really kind of started to think things through and figure it out.
How often do you think about the Baylor game?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Your team was so effing stacked.
Yeah, we were really good. We were really, really good.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but that was COVID year, right?
Yep.
So there was nobody in the stands.
The at the end of the season, beginning of the season, yes, and at the end of the season, the tournament, they kind of had the like
Sporadic.
15%, 20%,
I got you.
50% kind of deal.
Yeah. Cool.
We got to say
So
goodbye to
weird.
him. You got to go out with a low note. Bring up a sore spot.
What about the Baylor game? No, I just remember it. I mean, I thought it was a great game. I wish it would have been in obviously full capacity. That sucked that it was COVID.
Yeah,
year,
that one. Yeah, I mean they kind of maneuvered the court in that bit. I mean they played it at a football stadium. They kind of shoved it into the end
corner,
zone and
yeah,
in the
yeah.
corner, and it was different. It was weird. I mean I have nothing to compare it to, but
But when you say you think about a game, all right, it's been a couple of years. You're in the NBA. You've got 82 games in the regular season. What are the moments that jump out at you that bother you?
I mean I just thought we weren't prepared out of the jump. I mean we weren't prepared for the kind of punch they were going to throw, and when you like the college game isn't as long as an NBA game, and each bucket matters more, and so like not being prepared, not ready to go for that first 7 minutes of that game. Like that's what still haunts me. I thought we played great the last 30 minutes or so, but the first 10 wasn't right.
Last question. What's the one bucket that you're most proud of in college or pros? Like when you lay in bed or you're talking to your wife and, you say, I'm kind of a big silly. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, first of all, my wife is the first person to tell me that I'm not.
I know. I get it.
I'm not
That's
a
why you
big
got to
silly.
remind her. You got to tell her.
She did say yes, though.
Oh, I mean, she's proud of me, and she
Yeah.
admits she knows the game. She played basketball at Gonzaga too, but
Oh, wow.
So, the one bucket that comes to your mind where you lay in bed and you go, "What? I'm a badass."
I had a lot. I mean, we played Virginia my senior year in college. Had a bunch of really good plays that game. There was a stretch where I think I hit 2 threes in a row that were probably 30 feet plus in that game. I was just feeling it.
And you still think about
that stretch, for sure.
That's so sick.
For sure.
Well,
I've
you
never
got a
had
chance
that,
to do it
obviously.
tomorrow night against Memphis,
Yep.
and we should let the listeners know right now. 10th caller at 800-636-1067. Going to hook you up with 2 tickets to Wizards home opener, October 28th, Capital One Arena against Memphis. Tickets are on sale now. For tickets and the complete Wizards 2023-2024 schedule, visit thefandc.com/events. So 10th caller now at 800-636-1067. That's Corey Kispert.
Corey,
man.
thanks a lot, man.
Fellas,
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Corey.
Corey.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's
Thanks,
Corey
boys.
Kispert. We'll be right back.